It's like a little incubator.
Yeah.
Like a Team 10 vibe thing going on there.
A little bit better than them though.
Oh!
You guys have just been chatting about crazy fan experiences with one person saying that fans busted into his hotel room at midnight just hoping to find a room that was open, and it was. Craziest fan experience you guys have dealt with in you said this is your third playlist?
It's our fifth if you count like
how crazy does it get? What have you guys encountered?
Ooh, well, I think like our very, very first our hotel room.
Oh yeah.
Like in the hallway where
out.
It was like 8 a.m. We opened the door and there's just like two girls with blankets just sleeping. They like wake up. They're like, "Sam and Colby, can we get a picture?" And we're like, "Ah!" Almost stepped on them as we were walking down the hallway.
But it's worse outside of the actual events though. Like people found our address at our home and like would come into our gate and like go into our backyards and like walk around our house, and it's really creepy, especially when they don't leave and they just like scream bloody murder for like an hour.
Yeah, did you like ever think that when you started uploading videos to YouTube in your spare time and Vine that that one day there would be fans sleeping out front of your hotel room?
Not really, honestly.
We didn't understand that lifestyle.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna get like that crazy, but no, we even had like older fans where it would be like creepy, like 30-year-old people show up to our house and like knock on our door and be like, "Hey, can we get a picture with you?" And we're like, "How old are you, man?"
Actually, last week, this like old man, 35 years old, comes in with a vlog camera, says, "I'm gonna try to get Sam and Colby outside," and like is yelling with his video camera at our front door. I'm like, dude, go away.
Yeah.
Jeez, you got better things to do with your life.
Is weird. And tell me, guys, like just going back to the start a little bit here, how did you guys decide to partner up in the beginning?
Well, we were like best friends before we even did social media. So like
But I know you guys have your own separate channels and all that sort of stuff. Like when did you go, "Hey, this would actually be better if we did it together"?
Well, we started as a duo actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
So from day one.
Yeah, we met. We're originally from Kansas. We met in band camp and became friends through that. And then decided to start social media as a duo, and then like 2 years later we were just like, maybe it would be smart to like switch off or like split off a little bit and do like our own individual stuff.
Yeah, we had been doing social media for like 3 years, I think, before we did our own thing.
Yeah.
It's always been like both of us.
Right. And do you remember a moment, like some form of pivotal moment when you went, "Hang on a second, like we could do this full time. Like this is getting serious now"?
Oh man, well, we barely had any money when we moved out to LA. So probably like that first year when we started making like our first like brand deal monies, we were just like, all right, yeah, we could probably do this.
Yeah, I think our parents like set a bar. They're like, okay, I like the idea of a gap year, but you guys have to prove to us that you can make some money. And so, like you said, we started live streaming. I think was the very first form of income we had, and just a few brand deals to where we had maybe like 2 months worth of rent to go out to LA to like try it, and that was enough for our parents to be like, you know what, go for it. And as soon as we left like Kansas, we're probably not going back.
No turning back.
And so you went to LA like it was the goal to sort of go out and sort of figure this stuff out and take it to the next level.
Exactly. There was no like failure in our mind.
Right.
We were gonna make it.
And was there any regret? I mean, I know I spent a lot of time in the fetal position when I first moved out here. Was there any like regret, like second guessing yourselves? Like what were those first few months like in LA?
I don't think we ever second guessed ourselves. I mean, honestly, we were just like goal setting of this is how we're going to make it. We're going to do anything we can to make it. So there was never like a negative, like, like there's no way we can do this.
Was there any moments where just nothing was happening when you were just hearing crickets, or it was moving pretty quick?
There was always points of like paranoia of like, okay, if we don't have something happen soon, then like we're not going to have much money. But we're those types of people that will always like think 6 months ahead. So even before we had that paranoia, we're always like, here's our plan, this is how we're gonna grind, and it was always like scheduled out. Like we were gonna make it.
Right. And when did you like, obviously at the start when you're just sort of just starting out, everything's up in the air. You're just sort of posting stuff. Do you remember a time when you sort of got professional? You're like, all right, we need a schedule. We need to figure something out. We are big boys.
Well, believe it or not, we like started with that mindset because we started all social media at 16 years old. And I remember in my room we had like this giant chalkboard where we just like drew out like a calendar and just like wrote everything we needed to do and like our posting schedules and stuff like that. So
How old are you guys right now?
22.
22, yeah. Right. Yeah, cool. So when I was 16, I was playing Mario Kart. Really second guessing some life decisions.
All good.
I was not as woke as you guys were when I was 16. Sure. And what is the schedule like? I mean, you guys have got, you've got your own, the Sam and Colby channel, you've got your own channels, you've got Explore merchandise, which actually I saw a girl wearing a hoodie that I walked past, and I was like, hey, I'll see that for. You've got the Life Project, you've got a lot of, and just obviously traveling out. We're in Orlando right now.
Yeah.
Sort of traveling a lot. Does your schedule look like for between Monday and Friday, or how does it work?
Well, ever since
so hectic.
the arrest, it's been crazy because it's just like, we have to do 3 videos each, and then we have roommates as well. Not anymore, we just moved out, but like, all of them had to film, and it's just been like constant work every single day. But it's not a bad thing. Like, I'm not complaining about it. It's just like
where does obviously the most concentration goes on to the Sam and Colby content?
I mean, we used to be so much more scheduled out. So like, let's say 3 months ago, we would go on a trip for 5 days, and then our Sam and Colby content for 2 months would be
done.
Set.
Yeah.
And then we could focus on just our individual videos once a week, and then have the rest of the time for things like this and like meetings and whatnot. Now, like in the past month, we're moving, which is crazy. So every single one of our roommates wants to film a ton, and we have to actually do the whole moving process.
So you're in a house with other creators and stuff.
Yeah, 5 YouTubers.
Oh wow, so it's like a little incubator.
Yeah,
like a Team 10 vibe thing going on there.
A little bit better than them though.
Oh, there you go.
You guys spend way too much time together.
That's bad.
Dude, okay, and right, so you guys are just sort of bounce. It just seems like a lot. There's no real schedule. It's
hopefully after this move and like figuring out more of a process, it'll get better. But right now, it's hectic.
Yeah. And, I mean, not end goal, but where, with all this changes happening with content and all that, where, if you could fish your wish, where would you ideally like to see all this going,
Ooh. Well, there's different routes for different things, but YouTube-wise...
for the Sam and Colby YouTube, I'll narrow it down to.
Okay, cool. So Sam and Colby, like, definitely we want to collab with more people in the future, keep doing bigger, crazier things, like, more so make like movie-like content instead of like 10-minute videos. Like, we really like to have like our videos now like around 45 minutes, which is like a long time. So I'm sure you're checking out the analytics. Are kids like sticking around for the majority of it? Yeah, people really like it.
So what's really good about that is when you watch a 4-minute video or even a 12-minute video, it's more like you're watching it for the content and then you leave. But when you watch a 45-minute video, you're invested.
Yeah.
So they not only learn us, but if we say things like at the end of the video or like we have that messaging, it resonates with people. They really know us. And so when you're sitting down watching 45-minute videos every week, you're like, you know us and you know what we like stand for, and like it's much more of a family. So that's why we're heading in that direction for Sam and Colby.
Sure.
But we want to be like the first like ghost adventures or like ghost hunters, whatever, like on YouTube. Like, we want to be those kids that are just like, whoa, they're like the ghost hunter, like movie people. Like,
you kind of are. I mean, is there anyone else really doing what you do, like to the level that you do it?
Probably at smaller levels, but not 45 to an hour long content posting on YouTube.
Yeah, right. And have you guys ever, aside from the law, have you guys ever? Do you guys deal with much negativity or backlash? Like, I feel I obviously interview a lot of YouTubers and like people like James Charles and Ricky Dillon and all that all talk about like, I mean, I guess because they're individuals, sort of, it's sort of a more personal thing. They're getting, like Gabby Hanna as well, like getting attacked as individuals.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever get that, or is it? I don't feel like you would. You're just a couple of like rowdy kids going out like chasing ghosts.
Yeah, I mean sometimes like.
Everyone gets hate.
Yeah.
But the thing is with us, and especially it works out good with us because we have each other to bounce back on. We just don't really buy into it.
Yeah.
Ever since day one, we've just said we don't really care. And it's a lot easier with a friend, like
Yeah, but all right, here's a question. But you say you don't care, but do you care? Does it hit you in the feels? Like when you read something that's like particularly gets you?
If there's a specific comment that's repeated millions of times, then I'll be like, okay. But besides that, if they're just like your videos suck, we're just like, you know what I mean? Like,
haters.
we're so numb.
No, it hurt at the beginning.
Yeah.
Probably for the first 6 months to a year, we like had to learn how people act and like why people act. But most people are either jealous or they just are hating because they're negative people. So we're just like, all right, well, they're gonna write this off as nah.
Or they're like 7. Like, I don't know if like a lot of people like look at their haters, but like sometimes I'll be like, okay, who's this guy that like commented this? And it's like an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
That's just like, your videos suck.
Yeah, an 8-year-old in Ohio.
Yeah,
exactly.
like,
Cool.
all right,
I think
cool.
I'll be all right.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna come knocking at my door.
And guys, I'll wrap this up. But we have a lot of aspiring YouTubers and creators who watch and listen to this podcast. Do you guys have any advice for kids out there who are sort of starting out? The same as you.
Yeah, I think the main one is just consistency. Like most people that say they want to do YouTube will do it for like a week or two or maybe like a month and then just give up. So like regardless of what you do, just like keep posting.
Yeah, or even big YouTubers, like people with 100 or 500,000 subscribers will, post, and then think they're okay, and they'll take 1 month off, and they come back and it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's like from literally, besides I guess this last month, because of our incident, for the last 4 years, we have not missed a single week. And it's like, we attest most of our success because of consistency.
But then just like doing your own thing, like if you can somehow find like a niche of something that is yours, it's awesome. Like for us, for example, exploring, there was a lot of people that did exploring, shout out like Exploring with Josh and stuff like that. But we kind of did exploring, but in our own way. Like we kind of captured like a different essence of like adventure and running from police and stuff like that, that nobody else really did on YouTube. So. But
it took you guys a while before you figured that out, right? You were doing sort of this general content.
And I think it comes down to like doing what you love, because for a long time, for maybe 2 years when we started our YouTube channel, we just did trends and like challenges and stuff we thought that other YouTubers, did and it was popular. But then we're like, okay, maybe we don't really enjoy this. What did we used to do? And back in Kansas, before all of this, our friend group, we explored abandoned places. We love going to haunted houses and checking it out and staying overnight at things. And so without a camera. Yeah. So now on YouTube, we're just like, let's film that old experience because that's what we love to do.
Is that when it just really clicked?
And boom, that's when it clicks.
Because fans can like see when you're enjoying like filming. Like if you are just like, all right, I'm going to start YouTube and I'm going to post this, but I don't like it, fans will be able to see like right through that. Yeah. And that's kind of what happened with us, is like we were just posting challenges tags and people were just like, oh, like whatever. But as soon as we started doing like what we actually loved and like people could see that we were interacting way better and like enjoying filming, like everybody watched it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Genuineness.
You can tell.
Yeah, genuine fun is more fun to watch.
What would you guys say just on a given week? I mean, having explained all the stuff you guys have got going on, what's the most challenging part of it, do you think? Coming up with the content, editing it?
Ooh, definitely coming up with the ideas is the hardest, I think.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, for Sam and Colby, for the last couple of years, that hasn't been because we just picked a spot and exploring.
Past couple weeks, though.
Past couple weeks have been impossible because we want to make it better and better. I don't know.
Yeah, make it better and make it legal.
Yeah, I feel like just balancing everything, because we, have to balance all of our channels, all of our social media, all the meetings we have to take, and we have to balance our living with roommates and our friendship and just having a social life itself. It's like
he has a girlfriend too, so it's like it's crazy. It's hard when you have like that much work. And
he's kind of selling out.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, this is not what we agreed.
Come on, man.
Jeez, yeah, that does sound hectic. So this, I mean, there doesn't sound like there's any one thing really. It just sounds like it's the whole.
Every single week is a different week.
Awesome, guys. Well, look, thank you so much for stopping by in this little weird media room that we're in. But I appreciate it, and good luck for the next couple of days.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Peace out. What's up, guys? If you liked what you saw, make sure you check out our other videos right here, and also subscribe to the Heard Well channel right here for new interviews coming out every week.